I just think it's such a great honor to be chosen as a Physician of the Year, because there are many outstanding rural physicians in all of this Alberta. I also think it's just a reflection of the people I work with and the team I work with, the situation I've been in, that have allowed me to do the things I've done. And my patients and my patient load, they're just cheering me on every day. So how can you not do a good job? That's my statement. Well, the secret to happiness is enjoying what you're doing and have people to share it with. You know, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and sharing with people and helping other people and making their life happy, they make your life happy, and together we just enjoy success and happiness. Actually, I grew up on a farm outside of Swifter, Saskatchewan. What did they teach me? Part of it comes from religion, but part of it, I think, was just their personalities. For Dad, it was education, education, education. You know, he wouldn't let me stay home on the farm except for one day in spring and one day in fall. Other than that, I had to do is go to school while all the rest of the kids were getting time off to go farming, because he thought I should do something else than farming. But if I had a bad week, I could go to the farm and work 80 acres of summer fallow, and it'd be just as good as a week of holidays. It takes your mind right off medicine, and it's peaceful out there. It's quiet. When you've done a field, you can look back and say, this I did today. If there are mistakes, which we hope we aren't, nobody else cares what you do on the farm. And it takes a little bit of that pressure off too from your daily performance. And the size of machines, the power you have, the ability to accomplish things, and the ability to just progress. Also in Saskatchewan at that stage, I had the frustration of these long wait lists. I couldn't get people to specialists, and you had these people who I considered suffering, and I couldn't get them to the people I wanted to. And so I thought I'd like to go to Alberta. So I left Unity, Saskatchewan, did another year postgrad studies, and then came to Alberta after that. It was nice to go practice in a small town, but what I found is the hospital didn't have the lab and diagnostic facilities to back up the skills that I had, and so it limited what you could do. And you try and change them, but when it gets to the stage where you can't change them, then you say to yourself, I'm not going to live with this. I can't live with this. I have to go somewhere where the level of practice is better, where the quality is better. Hi, Laureline, how are you?
Good, doctor. How are you?
Good.
As we call him, Stretch.
And how's our Missy today?
Sound great.
Right.
Can you say hi to Dr. O?
Because he's so tall.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. O.
I'm such a tall guy.
Yeah.
Just let me sit down so I don't scare her quite as much.
What you see is what you get.
He's not a pushover, no.
He's very, very happy.
He's just a wonderful human being.
I don't know if a temper,
I've never heard him say an angry word to anyone.
but you can tell when he's getting to his line,
He's always pleasant.
and it takes a long time to get to that line.
He's always smiling,
I've never seen him not happy.
and he's always supportive.
He lets all the young nurses deliver their first baby so
All
that
right.
if they are in a crisis and have to do it, they can do it.
See, I'm waiting for the day I can stay home and say, call me when you're done.
But when he's there, you know he's there.
And he wears his heart on his sleeve.
We should have
Yeah.
added up the number of babies we delivered
Yeah.
together, right?
Yeah, lots of babies.
Oh, yeah.
Just a happy person, and he's quite funny.
He's a great Calgary Flames fan.
Like, he just really wants to help a lot of people, and he does that.
I know January 2nd of this year, he came bounding into my office with his endless energy, and he says, so, what's the plan for 2007?
These guys don't bite, right?
Pardon?
These guys don't bite at all.
No, they don't.
Right.
They don't.
You can't even find a 5-year-old that has more energy than he does. Like,
He's a fast-talking man.
Okay, hold hands, here we go.
We're always saying, you're gonna have to just slow it down just a little.
He talks really fast.
Hold hands. It's pretty. Here you go. Here, Devin. Heavenly Father, thank you for this time together. Thank you for this food and blessed our bodies. Use in Jesus' name, amen.
You can get him into an office and he just starts going on and on and on and on. And and his writing, I don't even know how he understands it sometimes.
No, he's been very good to me.
I do like to start new things. Oh, you're always searching the horizon. You're always looking for the horizon to see what's new, what's different, and how can I help you, how can I apply it. My palms are more important to me than my wallet. It has all my medical information in it, and it's so nice when a patient asks you a question, you don't have the total answer. You can pull out your palm, you can look at their prescriptions, whether you got the right dosage, a medical problem that you see and emerge. Have I done it all? Am I doing the right thing? Is there something I'm missing? You put it in, pull out your palm, and it tells you fairly concisely what's going on. I just got that curiosity to see how we can do things better, safer, and more efficient. What can change? What's new? How can we develop this? Will this work? Will this not work? And some things work, and some things don't work. This is a new system.
Welcome, Debbie. We were glad to be able to connect with you today. Could you just tell me a little bit about some of the programs that you've been working on with Dr. Olfert?
Probably the two major programs that Dr. Olfert and I have been involved in have been the Ethics Committee for David Thompson Health Region, and also a program that we call MORE-OB. MORE-OB stands for Managing Obstetrical Risk Efficiently. So Dr. Olfert's work covers all of David Thompson Health Region, which covers a wide geographical span, all the way from Drumheller in the southeast to Drayton Valley in the northwest. So there's 17 acute care facilities between Drumheller and Drayton Valley. Dr. Olfert, we think you're the best. I think you're the best. I have totally enjoyed working with you over the last few years. I think you've been just a great adjunct to our medical administrative team, and you've really helped to bring healthcare forward for this region, and I thank you for that. And I look forward to many years of working with you in the same capacity.
He dreams and then he builds the steps in to make his goals. 15 years ago, he started talking about computers at work and electronic health record, and we all looked at him like he was a little bit crazy, and now it's all true.
Well, it's hard to get new doctors to rural areas. So with 4 new doctors in less than 5 years, I think he's been very, very successful.
It's like he just sees the need in the community and is taking it upon himself to try and get people in.
The first day I got there, they brought me a huge basket of food, full of fruits, vegetables, whatever you need to get started. Because when you come in the very first day, you don't even know where you get bread. So he brought things like that, small things like that, that makes so much of a difference.
That's good.
Okay.
Beautiful.
He organized accommodation. The furniture was all his. I think it belonged to him and his wife and their family.
We had no accommodation, so he says, no problem, come over to our house. Okay. We have 4 children, 6 of us, and he doesn't even know us. Okay? We are Africans. He doesn't know what we eat and how we behave, but we had 3 teenagers with us. He was willing to pick us up. He didn't know when we would get into our own house. He just says, come and stay with me. I'll look after you. And for 6 weeks, we were in their house. I mean, we literally took over their house for 6 weeks. Just 2 of them and 6 of us, and he looked after us. Not for money. We didn't even pay them for that time. He didn't accept any money from us. I mean, that's just amazing.
The issue that you're probably the only black person in a community. When you come in, especially for myself, young girl coming from South Africa, coming to Canada, I know that I probably won't find any other black practicing doctor in the small cities maybe. Probably they all want to go to big cities. Now here I come in, I didn't know if I would find anyone like myself. And Dr. Olfert, so very smoothly and wonderful, he handled that so well. He said, I'm gonna phone Derek to come and meet you. And here Derek walks in, and Derek is a black man, and I'm like, oh, so I won't be alone in this town. But coming from a country with a history of apartheid and things like that, it is quite important to take that into consideration. As much as I would love not to think about it that way, it does ring a bell at the back of the mind.
She told you she's leaving you for me.
Yes. and she thought that was okay, right?
Yeah, she thought that was great.
Right, yeah.
And I was happy. So I was like, oh, I'm also happy to steal you from him.
Right, yeah.
And for him, honestly, to call Dr. Maseka on that day, those are some of the things that made me consider coming to Drumheller, because it made me feel like if Dr. Maseka has been practicing here for a year already, and he seems so happy about the community and the town, it means I can make it. I can survive here. And that's all because of the sensitivity and the sensibility of Dr. Olfert.
I've traveled around and worked in different places, but there's not a man like Dr. Olfert. I mean, there's just none like him.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
You know, you don't get to pick your patients, and who would have thought, you know, from a teenager with a problem with her arm to 3 kids and everything in between.
The first time I ever met this lady, she was a teenager and walked into my room with her sister. She didn't say boo or peep. Her sister did all her talking for her. And then we had to go through all these difficulties with Mitchell, and then her second daughter, and then Aaron. And yet she just became stronger and stronger and stronger as an individual.
He had a stroke before he was born in his right side. He has right hemiplegia, and his whole right side is affected. He was about 8 months old, and the first sign was just he held his right hand in a tight fist. And from there, he started having seizures. Before he was a year, we had a diagnosis, and it started. Through big country, he got speech and OT and physio. He had a lot of help and a lot of support from a lot of people throughout his life.
Look at my eyes. Give me, please.
Hey, good spin.
Like to see Thomas.
Can you go this way?
Dr. Olfert's been instrumental in beginning many community programs. Big Country Outreach is one of them. Big Country Outreach is a traveling therapy team. We provide specialized pediatric services. We travel to where the kids are, to the children's communities, because we believe that they do better in their own surroundings. We have a wide variety of diagnosed children with different diagnoses. We have some of our kids have autism and cerebral palsy, some have just delays, some have just speech and fine motor. It's a combination of all problems.
What's this one? Good boy. Whale goes here.
I get it.
I got it. Good boy.
My name is Mitchell Payton. I work at the gift shop at the Drumheller hospital gift shop. Sometimes I stock the shelves and do the cash register and sweep and mop the floor.
The goal is to have the child and the family have the best possible lives that they can and do the best that they can do in their own surroundings.
And Dr. Olfert didn't seem scared, so he had a calming influence on us. Even when he was telling you things that weren't so great, it was softened somehow. You always felt like you were going to get through it, and it would be fine. And it was, in most cases.
You're very conscious of this fact that you have life in your hands. You know, you have this mother and you have this baby, and you've got to make sure you do the right thing so that that baby, when it's born, has the full potential to be what it can be.